Hello, friends, and welcome to the third episode of the Combat Mentors Guide. Today, we're finally getting in touch with the actual combat topics in Final Fantasy. So, we're going to be talking about two specific topics today. We're going to cover GCDs versus OGCD. We're going to talk about the max melee range and also about slidecasting in this game. So, before we continue, and I'm gonna do this right now because I hate doing it at the end. If you like what you see, and I don't mean my Viera, please like, share, comment, subscribe, that good stuff. So now that I have that out of the way, let us begin. What is a GCD to begin with? GCD stands for Global Cooldown, meaning that any skill under a GCD will share the same recast time. So, as you notice here, I have this skill that is labeled as a weapon skill, and this skill which is labeled as an spell. All of these skills, they all share the same recast time, which is why they go by the name of global cooldown. However, any other skill labeled as an ability, they are considered to be an OGCD, or of global cooldown. So, how do we get the best use out of these skills? It is simple. You will want to use a GCD with an OGCD to maximize their usage. It is just as simple as that. If you have a good internet or you don't live too far away from a Square Enix service, you can do what we call a double brief, which it is use a GCD and two OGCDs at the same time, like this. That is only if you have a good ping or something else that I am not allowed to share in this video. Now, let me give you a quick demonstration about the GCD versus OGCD usage, because Paladin doesn't really have something that I could use for as much as I would like to, which it is a GCD with a longer or with an actual cooldown part of me. However, Gunbreaker can have Gnashing Fang and Double Down. And the reason I'm mentioning that, it is because of this. Let me just show you. If I go here and I just use Gnashing Fang, let me interrupt it. You will notice that the cooldown Gnashing Fang, it is now going as for the 20 something seconds, and Double Down have a minute cooldown. So if I keep my GCD rolling, I'm just gonna do it until Gnashing Fang. We're not waiting for Double Down. But I should have clipped my GCD by now. So you will notice that now Gnashing Fang is up, but it still needs to wait for the GCD or for the recasting to be finished so that I could use it again. That is the only thing that you need to worry about GCDs and OGCDs. Now, if you might be wondering, can you use an OGCD without a GCD? Yes, yes you can. Is it optimal to do it? 95% of the time it isn't, but you can use it. It's totally okay, trust me. Especially if you made a mistake, the mistake's already done, so just do what you must. So that's part of what I needed to teach you about GCDs. The other thing about GCDs and OGCD is this. If you are playing a caster or if you have a casting skill, like Holy Spirit or Samurai's castings, you can use a no GCD during the cast. And what this will do, it is that if I use Holy Spirit Expiation, I'm gonna click on the skill, and by the end of Holy Spirit cast, my character will automatically use Expiation. Take a look. That is because the system place the OGCD on an internal cooldown so that by the end of the cast, you can just easily get the OGCD out. This works with absolutely every casting related skill. So if you are a white mage and you need to mitigate your tank, you can just glare and use your aqua veil, glare and use divine venison, without having to stop casting to use these skills. So I just wanted to share that little detail for all of you who needs to know, which is the purpose of this video overall. Now, I already have my caster out, so let us talk about slide casting. If you try to move while casting, it's going to be interrupted immediately. But if you move around the 0.40, 0.50 second of the cast, I would recommend 0.40 to be on the safe side. You can do what we call a slide casting. So you can keep your damage up while moving. I understand for those who have already played the game that this is just a 1.5 casting. So it's pretty simple to just move around. So let's make it a bit more interesting and let's switch it up to Pictomancer. So Pictomancer have the 3 type of cast. The one that you should never hard cast in your life in a fight unless it is the beginning. You have the 1.5 second cast time, and we're gonna have to wait for a few more GCDs so I can show you the other one. So please bear with me. Okay, here we go. As you notice, at the 0.40 some seconds, I will always move to give the best usage of my mobility skills. That is the main purpose of a slide casting. There isn't really any big science behind it. You just want to use it to move around and not standing still waiting for the cast and then move like 3 centimeters, because look at the difference. This is me moving, not losing damage by the end of the cast, and this is a slide cast. So the difference is pretty noticeable, and we can all agree on that. So that makes it for a slide casting. Now our last topic, which will lead us to use Samurai for this, it is max melee range and also slide casting, but in another way. So what is max melee range? If you're usually within the damaging range of an enemy, you can use your attacks, and your auto attacks will still come out. It doesn't matter what you're doing. But if we go to the max melee range, which is usually a bit further behind from the actual hitbox, so it should be around here. Okay, here. This is the exact max melee range for Samurai, and this is striking domain. So I cannot auto attack, but I can use my GCDs. Other GCDs like this one have a bigger range, so don't get fooled for this one in case that you're using Samurai. So how do you know when to use and when not to use max melee range? It all depends on the boss fight, because some bosses, they are going to be doing like a point blank AoE, let's say here where the mouse is located. This is the range of the AoE, so you're gonna be like, I need to dodge. You're gonna move back, and then you're gonna try to move slightly forward to get the max melee range of the boss. You're not gonna be here waiting patiently and then coming in. You're in fact gonna move away, but you're still gonna hit the boss. So you can keep your damage going. So that makes it for max melee range, slide casting, partially, and also for GCDs and oGCDeez. Now the last topic that we want to see here is this one. We're going to slide cast a limit break. Yep, you heard it here first. You can slide cast limit breaks. So limit break 1, 0.40 seconds, you can move. It will be better if you jump, But if you just want to move, you can do it. Now you see why I jump. The movement is missable. But even with the limit break 3, you can jump. What is the main purpose of this? Like I mentioned at the beginning, if the boss is doing a point blank AoE and you're casting your LB3, you're gonna be like, I need to move. And you see, I mentioned that the AoE is usually around here. Look where I am. So I will be safe from taking damage, forcing my healer to waste damage to heal me, and everyone have a happy ending. So that's all that we're gonna be discussing for today. If you're looking forward to more episodes, the next one that we're gonna be doing is going to be talking about healers. Yeah, we're gonna get into the roles topics going from the next video and forward. So we're gonna be looking at healers and casters. We're then gonna be looking at range DPS and melee DPS, and then I'm gonna talk about tanks. So you already know episode 4, 5, 6 going forward. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.